Hey, good morning, everyone. Let's see what we've got going on here. There we go. Let's do this. All right. Good morning. Turn that silly music off. There we go. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Happy Hump Day. Is that right? Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Hey, thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. Can't thank you enough. Do me a favor. I don't know. Does that come out right for you guys? When I look at it in the screen, it looks all backwards and everything. But like and subscribe to our channel. Sure would appreciate that. YouTube, Facebook, and X, if you would. That would be really nice. A couple of important things today. Let me bring this over here. One of our partners, we have Hit Run Candlesticks has two partners, I guess three if you want to count Hit Run Candlesticks, Right Way Options, and BYOB Day Trading. BYOB Day Trading is having a open house Monday and Tuesday, March 2nd and 3rd. Okay, it's a full day. So if you like day trading, if you're interested in day trading, if you just want to go see what the heck is going on, it's free. Log in. You can find the link in my YouTube page underneath the channel right after you click the thumbs up. Thumbs up, like that. Then go down and click on that registration link. It is required. Registration is required. You'll also be able to find links on our other social media like Facebook and X. Okay, so jam-packed. John does a great job. Worthwhile. I love his strategies. Now, I personally am not a day trader, but that doesn't mean that his strategies aren't solid. They are solid. They're extremely solid. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the market a little bit. And I have to tell you, whoops, let's get to the charts here. I better do that, hadn't I? Huh. There we go. There we go. Charts are up. Good morning again, everyone. Let's click that button. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Good morning. Hey, we have a good crowd over there. Thank you very much for being here. Vernon, Mark, Ed, thank you. Hot Stocks, good morning. Let's move this up a little bit. Yeah. Vernon, good morning. Hey, Bob, Bart, Mike, Jim, Ed, good morning. Lynn, Jim, Roger, thank you all for being here. So welcome to the pre-market charts and targets with me, Rick, the Hit and Run Candlestick team. Thank you very much. I must say it is very nice. I sit here and I look for charts at night and here in the morning. And then over on Discord, we get people that not just members. Discord is a free channel. So if anyone would like to join us over there, you'll find a link again in that YouTube channel, right after you click that, hey, I like this button, anyway, charts over there, members put out charts. So I thank you very, very, very much because I can't see everything. And, we all have tunnel vision. We all like what we like. So I tend to look at what I just like and say, Nancy there, she likes what she likes. Bob likes what they like. Mike likes what Mike likes. And then Hot Stocks always has something in here. Vernon always have something. So it's very helpful when you guys do that. So, man, thumbs up. I'm giving you guys all thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the market first. Now, I must say, as I've watched the market this morning, I'm feeling a little bit better, just a tiny bit better about the market. So I don't know if it's the market or I don't know if it's something that Trump said last night at his speech, which I could care less what's doing it. I mean, it doesn't matter as long as it does it. And like I say, I'm feeling a little bit better. Now, with that said, yesterday, if we go back yesterday, let's see, this is Wednesday. So if we go back Tuesday, Monday, Friday, if we take a look at those three candles, that's a very nice, what we call a Fig Newton chart pattern, where you have that cookie on the inside. It's just like the Fig Newton cookie, the outside of the cookie, the inside of the cookie, and the outside of the cookie. This is a very bullish setup. But like all candle patterns, it requires follow through. So we need follow through. Okay. We really need to get over 689, whatever that number is there, the pennies. And it doesn't have to do it today. Okay. It doesn't have to do it today. We could, well, we could bop around here for a couple of days and then break out. That would be perfectly fine. The point is, it's doing a very good job here. Diamonds, look at the diamonds. Now, the diamonds aren't out of the woods yet. They need to break out over that downtrend line. Just good old-fashioned 101 stock trading. It's that simple. IWM is doing a good job. We've got a good candle here. We're showing some follow-through over the candle, but once again, yep, we have to break out over that downtrend, okay? If we don't, it's just talk. Now, one thing we can do here is I'm going to take from this low and just run up like that right there. And you can see that we're tightening up. And I think I mentioned this yesterday, perhaps the day before, I can't remember now, that we can only go sideways for so long. We can only go into that funnel, that wedge. There we go. We can only go into that. It's like a cave. And we're crawling in for those that are claustrophobic, I'm sorry. We crawl in this cave, and the cave gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's not going to work. Okay, it won't work. You either need to back up, which that's not what the charts are going to do. The charts are going to do one of two things, and that's the only two things it can do. It can break out or it can break down. That is the only two things it can do. Now, I don't think we're at the end of that cave walk there, cave crawl, I guess. I don't think we're there yet, but it doesn't mean that we can't break out and break down before then. Okay, so IWM, I like what it's doing. RSP is becoming my favorite chart. Used to be SPY, but I got to tell you, RSP is becoming that. Now, it doesn't mean that someday I'm not going to revert back to the SPY, but until the mag stocks, until they do something about those stocks, I'm afraid that the SPY is pitiful to watch. Because what's happening here is while the mag stocks are really in the toilet, they really, really are. It's drawing the SPY down, drawing the S&P 500 down. But the rest of the stock market is actually doing pretty well. And that's why RSP continues to work out. Okay. That's why the market continues to hold and climb. Now, there's always that risk, Qs. There is that risk that if the Qs were to take a horrible tumble, that would drop the market down. I don't care how much of the other side of the market holds us up, because if the mag stocks, if they do decide to tumble, they carry so much weight, it would drag RSP under the boat, and there'd be a lot of drowning going on. So we have to watch that, right? And then what is it tonight? Oh my gosh, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA could be the catalyst for breaking out or breaking down. Whatever NVIDIA does, it could lead this market in that direction. Okay, so this is going to be important. Trading today might be nil because everybody's going to wait for NVIDIA and see what NVIDIA does, which I don't think I would blame them at all. You know, a lot of traders here that have been here for a while, you remember back when Fed speak and everybody was just on the edge of their chair and they were waiting. And then, you know, the Fed would start talking, making comments, and price would jerk to the upside. And then all of a sudden down to the downside. You know, through the whole comment, it would just do this and do this. And traders were just, you know, oh, I got chase this and chase that. Well, we learned right away, just sit on your hands and let all this nonsense finish up. And then when it finishes up, just follow, you know, what happens, you know, what the end result was, but don't try to trade the talk while the talk is talking, because it just, you know, the market would look like that and you just end up chopping your fingers off, toes off. Well, here we are right now. It's the same kind of thing. Trying to trade today, guessing what the hell NVIDIA is going to do, might be that sort of thing. And it could be very painful if the market doesn't like NVIDIA and NVIDIA goes down. Okay, so do be careful. Please do be careful on the trading. All right, did I miss something? How about some IYT transports. Transports are looking pretty good overall. I mean, you know, you get this toppy thing going here, but overall the trend is doing very, very well. Something I like to do is, and I have this on a lot of my scans where the 17, whoops, wrong one. Our trend indicator or the 17 EMA right there is above the recent high in the past 20 days. And you can see we're well, I probably should do it on the trend indicator, shouldn't I? Here, we'll do it here. See, we're above there and see we're above there. So what's happening is we're continuing to climb. Lately, I've been talking about price being somewhat sort of Kardashian. Would that be wrong? You know, crazy. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I need to find out a word for crazy that's more than crazy, or spastic, or something. But price can be drama. I mean, my gosh. So sometimes it's best just to simply follow the trend. Let me turn this off a little bit, just a little bit. We'll keep it on very lightly. There we go. You know, sometimes it's best to follow the trend. No, Sonny. No, coach. Different words. You guys are making me laugh too early. And he did. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good comeback. Sorry, that was in the room there. A little fun in the room. But anyway, follow that chart and then trade price when price sets up for you, okay? I think that's a huge thing to consider. Take a look at SMH, and then we're going to look at some charts here. All right, look at SMH. Man, it's rocking here, all right? It's rocking. All right. So let's look in some charts. Now, for those of you that looked at my YouTube video last night, thank you very, very much. I appreciate it because I had some charts on there. We're going to look at some of those today and any others that pop up that's given to me through several little areas like the trading room here in the, what is this? The social media room. And then my conscience gives me stocks every day. So we'll take a look at those, okay? So I want to start with Netflix, all right? Let's start with Netflix. Now, I think I mentioned in my YouTube video that I plan on buying Netflix. I've been in it a couple of times, actually, and the timing was wrong, okay? I rushed it. I ended up closing it. No big losses, but I'm trying to catch the bottom on it. Well, here we have a nice little bullish engulf, and these three candle patterns, they're making that Fig Newton chart pattern. I'm going to slide that line up above that Fig Newton chart pattern. And you can see that pre-market here, we're above that. So I'm very interested in Netflix. Netflix, I'm buying this in what I call my wife's account, not necessarily the Road to Wealth account, although it doesn't mean that I won't buy it there. But in her account, I'm going to buy leaps on it, and I'm looking to hold this a little longer term. I'm taking from the highs up here, July of 25, down to the current lows. And this little box I put, that's the 50% retracement area. So right now, we have target one is going to be about $90.25, which unfortunately, the 500 period moving average is right there. So we're going to have to watch that, okay? So target one. Target two is up here at $98. And then I have to go with, because then it becomes sort of a rounded bottom breakout setup. And I have to use the dotted deuce. And notice I changed the colors so they show better on this background. Around 101.74. And then target three is that 50% retracement at 104.60. And then up here at the 200 period moving average for about 111.16. So those are the areas that we've got to watch for to make sure Netflix doesn't get smashed, crushed, blown up, and just head south again. Now, once we cross all that, I think Netflix has a nice move to the upside. Netflix is a champion stock. Some of you have heard me talk about those. And champion stocks are really good stocks to focus on, I think. And that's one reason I'm focusing on Netflix, okay? Roger, how do I go? I'll go a year, 2 years maybe. Yeah, I'll go 2 years, especially in her account. Her account is not like the Road to Wealth account. It's more of I try to keep it a steady eddy. I haven't been very good at it lately, but I am trying to switch it over instead of the swing trades, but a little longer. One thing, the market hasn't given us any what I would call good long-term trade setups. This might be one right here. Now, on one that I am holding in her account right now is PLTR. We can talk about that one a little bit later. And that might be creating a bottom down here. And if it doesn't, I'm out. So I'm in the market to pick the bottom on some of these longer term holds. Okay. All right, let's take a look at some charts here. CCJ, I have not pre-checked these this morning. I've not had time. But this is one that I pointed out yesterday on the video. And again, thank you very much for those who watched my video last night or yesterday afternoon late. Remember to give a thumbs up on it. I really, really do appreciate it. It helps so much with the algorithm. And it's ridiculous to do it. But that's about the only advertising we do. Okay. And we rely on that. So members, those that watch the videos, those that watching me, please give us that thumbs up. All right. Okay. So take a look at CCJ here. This is my target up here. I'm just simply drawing from the top to the high. This gives me my 50% retracement. So right now we're going to call that target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, target 5. This is, let's talk about a trade plan. Okay. This is so important. And if piece of hair there, if you don't have a trade plan, you really, really need one. Okay. If you don't have a trade plan, look, sign up for our 14-day free trial. It's 100% free. Concentrate on a plan. Ask questions. Let us help you. Your plan doesn't have to be my plan, but I've been doing this long enough that if you show me what you like, and unless I think it's totally nonsense, I'll work with you. Our team will work with you, and we can develop a plan for you. For instance, this is my plan. All right. So I'm looking at CCJ. We go from a low to a high. Beautiful consolidation here. We're showing follow through. My trade box where I'm trading in is right there. That's my trade box. Swing trading right in here. So assuming I buy it, I will work with this trade until I think we need to take profits off. So that seems a little bit arbitrary, doesn't it? When I think, well, I don't have time to go to the calculator right now. We're already a little bit behind. I'll try to do that another day, pre-market here. But I know how much money I need to make to double and to triple my account. And I work with that. I also work with candlesticks. So when I see the price action, we need to find out with a crazy word, something other than crazy, something dynamic that I can stick with. Say we move up like this and we move up like this, and say I'm up 30%. Maybe I'm up $500. And man, we even peak. Well, that's right there at our target. So let's get rid of that. We even think about coming down. I'm taking that money off the table. I'm not thinking twice. I'm not going to ask permission. I'm taking that money. And there's always that trader who says, well, what if it goes up higher? That's the trader that won't be here next year. All right. I'm telling you, that will be the trader that will not be here next year. Now, I don't have to close the whole position up here, but I'm certainly going to take some risk off the table. And the money you've made is heavy duty risk. Okay. So anyway, trade plan, very important. There's some great charts popping up here from everybody. I see these. Yeah. Let's see, at least a year, up to 9 months are common option. Leaps are available on 2,500 companies. Thank you, Phil. Let's see. Yes, URA was and is looking good here. Look at URA. So here's the trade plan on that. That's the 50% retracement. So there's target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4. Man, that one is, wow, that's way up there, isn't it? Holy mackerel. Oh, wait a minute. I see. Let's do this different. There we go. I'm going to take this top and take this bottom right here. Okay. I'm looking for a swing trade. So there's the 50% retracement. And now let's duplicate this. And we're going to go up to the 100% retracement right there. And that's my trade box. That's what I want to trade in. So target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, target 5. Profits anywhere along that way, there's a trade plan. Where's my stop? Well, I run a couple different types of stops. I look at the T line, and I will look at it not only on the daily chart, but the 3-bar chart. And I'm also going to consider the trend indicator as well, is where my stop is. So it usually right in this area, and I will consider using, and I do it often, I'll use the 3-bar chart as a stop. So for instance, right now, if I use the 3-bar chart at this moment right now, my stop would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 54.35. Let's go back to the daily chart. There we go. So about the T line, everything is right in this area for me. All right. And another one, hey, S, yeah, UU. I mean, these stocks are starting to wake up, aren't they? Look at that. Look at that. Man, that is starting to wake up here. So again, let's do this. Right there, right? And then we're going to put that 50% retracement, and then we'll duplicate it. Move to duplicate. And let's go to that 100% retracement. There we are. And that's my trade box. Now, that doesn't mean we can't break out. We can, but that becomes a completely different trade. Completely different trade. I'm here to double my money, to triple my money, to hit my goal in 5-6 years. And you all know what that goal is. So I'm here to hit and run candlesticks, swing trading right there. Let's see, what's another one? NBIS. That's a nice chart. NBIS, that's a real nice chart. Let's flag that. Earnings in April, plenty good. I'm going to take this top here and go to this bottom. See that breakout? This whole price action right through here is killer. That's beautiful. I do want to look at the cloud real quick because we're about to break out of the cloud. I really like this chart. That's a nice chart. So I would be very interested in this. I mean, it's looking good now. Definitely entry mode. But boy, we start to break out of 109.12. That gets you over the cloud after these 2 candlestick highs right in here. That puts the target up here about 24%. Let's come over here and let's draw our little thingy. Our thingy, that's what this is, our thingy. There we go. So you can see right now, we're at that 50% retracement. Let's duplicate that. And that should be about 100% up there if I'm right. Yeah. So the trade box is right there. And the trade box, assuming you buy it somewhere close to this area, and maybe your last position or your whole position, that's 27, 28% away. Man, I got to tell you, you can have a lot of fun in life when you clock in those kind of profits. You can have a ton of fun in life. Let me take a look at some of these over here. Take a look at CAT. Look at CAT. Beautiful J-hook setting up here. J-hook continuation pattern. Thank you very much. DHI. DR Horton. Hey, I got to tell you, I was in Dallas this past weekend, and one of my kids is, well, 2 of my kids are actually looking to buy a new house now. And we were driving through some neighborhoods, and DR Horton, Lennar, and people I haven't even heard of, they are building like crazy. I mean, it's bonkers. Now, I don't know if it's just unique to the North Dallas area. Maybe it's not. Maybe the rest of the country is nothing but tumbleweed. I don't know. But I got to tell you, it was incredible, the amount of building. So just thought I'd throw that out there. So Horton is doing pretty good here. Look at that. Nice little rally up. Beautiful flag pullback. Notice the trend indicator is above itself a bunch. That's nice. See, trend indicator is above itself all the way over here. That's a great looking chart. Let's look at some coin. Now, we talked about coin last week or so, something like that. Well, coin might be ready to step up. All right. Might be trying to build a little bottom here. So if I'm going to look at coin, I'm going to look at BMNR as well. I'm going to look at that one. I'm going to look at Riot, maybe. Look at Riot. We'll look at Mara. Look at IBIT. Whoops. Look at those. So we'll keep those on the list as well. All right. Thank you very much there, Conscience. All right. Let me get back over here. Bunkers. Yeah, we can use bunkers. Yeah, that might work. Fig. Yeah, price is bunkered sometimes. Look at Fig. That's a nice chart. We've already talked about that one. There's the 50% retracement. And this would be a stretch, okay? But it doesn't mean that it can't happen. That's a stretch. So right now, my trade plan on this, there would be 2, and you don't get the second one until you accomplish the first one. So my trade plan would be like this. So I would take the trend indicator, draw a line there, and then go up to the 50% retracement. So that would be my trade plan. Manage the trade in this area right here. And we're talking 53%. Like I said, you start clocking in some 53% trades, or even half that, trading becomes a whole new thing. But you just have to have the patience. You have to sit back and wait. You have to be smart about it. And it's not all about looking at the charts, okay? There's a lot that's, between the ears, and some good old common sense. Yesterday, you guys all know I was at the doctor yesterday. It took all day. And then I called the back doctor. I'm gonna have back surgery next week. And I said, look, I need to talk to you. I've got some questions. So after my first appointment, which took all day, I went over there. He said he had some time. So I'm talking to him. And I said, what I can't do? Can I bend over? Can I do this? Can I tie my shoe? What's this going to really be like, the recovery time? And he said, it's really just a lot of good old common sense. And that's what trading is. It's just good old common sense. We try to make something big about trading, and it's not. We try to make something, Wall Street. Wall Street is a bunch of boys and girls that put their pants on one leg at a time. Do you know that? They go home and they have the same problems or good things you do. They go home and they have a dog that crapped on the floor, just like you might. Or they go home and find a dog that's just waving their little tail, happy to see them. They're just like you. Wall Street is no different. All right? You have money problems? I'll bet you $100 there's people on Wall Street that have money problems. You drive an old car, an old truck. You want a boat, but you can't because you've got to put money in the damn car that's broken down. I'll bet you there's people on Wall Street with the same problem. They're just human. They're the same people. Okay? So, common sense. They're human, you're human. Don't try to overthink Wall Street. Don't try to overthink, what are they doing, Don't try to, what is AI doing? Don't worry about AI. Not yet. They're looking over my shoulder. No, they're not looking over your shoulder. Wall Street's out to get me. No, they're not out to get you. They're out to make money just like you. That does not make them bad. So common sense. That's all it is. Common sense. Common sense. Okay. Anyway, that's a nice chart. Who put Fig out there? Rickster. Thank you very much. Let's see. DLTR. Nice. Look at that trend. So, this, of course, is going to be the max. Now, when I say max, I'm not saying it can't go higher, but I'm thinking about my trade. All right. My trade, my setup. And then you have to work on your setup, but this is my setup. And I'm going to put this line right here, always at that 50%. And we're over it, and that's fantastic. So I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to go right up to that 100% mark. Now, is there money here? Let's go look. Because I don't know. That's 8%. So if you see that as a good trade, then okay. I mean, it looks great, right? But then there's some other things we need to bring in the mix. And this is what we learn over time. We can call this common sense, okay? So we're going to put a line right here. Actually, I'm going to put that line right there. And then let's look at this. And I'm not trying to say this is a bad trade at all. I'm not. I'm just trying to point out what I see in a chart, because it's important that we look at this stuff. And we have to consider this area right here. I think we have to consider that area. I think we have to consider that area and this little top right up there to get to the pie up here, to get to that pie. So, you just manage that trade. Common sense, okay? Nice chart. I mean, I like the discount stores. If the market starts to rock, though, the discount stores they're gonna slow down a little bit, okay? Hey, Coach, UAMY, that could be setting up. That very well could be. Yes, I totally agree. 50% retracement up here. So that changes my trade plan compared to what I've been talking. I think there's only one trade we've looked at where I'm going to do this. This will be the second one. So my trade plan will be from the trend indicator up here. That's my first trade plan. Now, this can actually go higher, but it's not going higher until it breaks out. So let's dream this before we dream this, okay? One step at a time. So right now that's target 1 and that's target 2. That's a pretty big space in there, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is what it is. So manage the trade. Where's some good places to maybe take some profits? I don't know. How about right there, perhaps? We reach up there. Maybe right in here. Let's duplicate that. Duplicate. There we go. Maybe right in here, right? And maybe this area. So nice chart. I love this chart. Yeah, looking really good. Thoughts on Lunar? Lunar's long. I love Lunar. Lunar was one I talked about last night on the video. There's my trade plan already set up right there. Lunar's a buy. We're looking at, I don't know, what, 18% up there. And that's for the swing moving back up to that top. Lunar can go higher, but let's worry about this one first. Let's eat this sandwich before we eat the second sandwich. All right, let's go here. Hey, thank you everybody for being over here in the social media. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's see what you guys have over here. I entered, Bernard, I entered yesterday near market close. URA. Ooh, way to go. I might be entering that one today. I like that. That looks good. Thank you very much, Vern. And GE. Look at GE. GE might be a little high for me to be a trader. Let's see, did you do that long? Yeah. GE might be a little high for me. Might need to pull back. But there's one thing about GE. It's a champion stock. So I give a lot of leeway to champion stocks. I mean, here, let's go look at, I'm going to go look at a monthly chart just to get a view here. I look at GE. We're at 347. Do you think GE can be $400? Nice round number. Why not? Why not? Yeah, why not? So I'm with you, Vern. Longer term trade, maybe. I'm with you. And you got into some fig yesterday. Hot diggity dog. Way to go. Look at that. Beautiful. Deck. Look at some deck. Tastytrade. That sounds like a drug, doesn't it? Tastytrade. Dexatrim. You guys remember that? I don't know. Do they still have that stuff? I don't know. So right now, I think my max on it would be the 500 period moving average. It's setting up, but heck, all the way up there is 11%. So looking good. Yeah. I like that. Nice. Where did I leave off? Whoops, I missed one. I think I missed one. Hey, hot stocks, IBRX. Wow. To me, this is getting a little high to buy. However, if you're in it, move that stock up. And I know that you've been in this, so way to go. Beautiful trade you've put together here. For me, target area would be here, target area up here. just use some common sense. Remember to take some profits every now and then. Watch for the pullbacks, okay? It's not going to go up forever. Let's see here. Added more to my U. Yeah, I agree. That's a nice chart. Earnings tomorrow. Oh, bummer. Well, that scares the heebie-jeebies out of me right there. So to me, that's a 110% reason not to be in it. But that's my choice. Okay, that's just my personal trading choice. Yeah, I don't know. If I had $10 million to trade with, I would hold it through earnings, because who cares, if it moves down. Yeah. Let's see here. What are we doing here? CCJ had good earnings. Thank you. You earnings on Friday. Okay, I missed seeing the close. Tomorrow or Friday. I will look at it Friday. Okay, CHTR. Let's look at Charter here. Charter setting up. That's actually very nice. This is a rounded bottom breakout. For those that don't know what it is, it's basically a trap trade. A trap, like a 3-8 trap. I use an 8 trendicator trap an awful lot. I use a trendicator 50 trap an awful lot. And the rounded bottom breakout is nothing but a trap. And the trap is nothing but trapping price between two moving averages. That's all it is. And the rounded bottom breakout is trapping price between the 50 period moving average and the 200. Now, there's a little bit that goes into this beforehand, such as where usually on, say, the 3-8 trap, we want a trend that's up and a pullback. Well, that's not what we want down here. What we want down here is a chart that has been just in the toilet bad. And we want the 50 period moving average to be less than the 200 period moving average. And then we want price to rally above the 50 period moving average. And the whole idea is that price will make its way, or try to make its way, back to the 200 period moving average, because the 200 is so popular. It is such a focus moving average for larger companies, larger trading companies. And it's a revision to the mean type trade. And if you go back and look and just, look right here, look how we touch, I should use a different color. Look how we touch the 200 period moving average. Look how we touched and we consolidated around the 200. And then here, look how we came back to the 200. Look here how we went to the 200. And note the 500 period moving average. Don't ignore that. 200 period moving average. I'm getting used to the yellow, not the red. 200 period moving average. 200 period moving average. So do you think there's a good chance we get back there? Well, I think there's a good chance we try. And that's all I ask, is try. So right there, my trade box, my trade plan would be that right there, just like that. So with a buy somewhere in here, we're looking at something around 19%. What a nice trade. What a nice chart. So how did we get there? A nice double bottom. Morningstar, doji bullish engulf, breakout, rallied to the dotted deuce just like it's supposed to. We consolidate back down to the trendicator. Now we're setting up for a buy. That is a really nice chart. Thank you. Where are we here? Okay, I'm seeing market close to Charter, MGA. Nice J-hook continuation pattern in the process. So really simple on this. My stop would absolutely be here below the T line. We need to break out to get that J-hook thing going on. The way I would draw this one is similar. It looks like this little dip. Whoa, not that. Trust me on that one. Uh-oh, how do I get rid of it? All right, we'll just do it like this then. There we go. So I'm going to take these lows and I'm going to go up and grab this high. And then I'm going to come down here and grab that low right there. So my 50%, measured move is what this is going to be. Measured move right there is the 50%. And then the 100% is a pretty high up here, pretty way high. So that's what I'd look at on that one. All right, hey, it's time for me to go. Coach, I think he's in the room right now. He was there yesterday. Yeah. All right. Really quick, I'll look at open real fast, and then I need to check out of here. Open might have a little run to the 50-period moving average, but it needs to take that out before it goes anywhere. Okay, so that's going to be the first obstacle, and we need to clear that obstacle. All right, thank you, everybody. Please leave a thumbs up. Members, we'll see you in the room in about 19 minutes. Okay, see you guys later. Thank you. Take care.